is a language, and therefore, like other languages, you should also try to focus on this language and attain very good performance in English language. So all of you should try, keep on trying, and you will be able to improve your performance tremendously. I'll straightway take you to a few sessions. We will try to solve some exercises. Yes, this is a simple exercise. The heading this says spotting errors. Each question in this section has a sentence with 3 underlined parts labeled A, B, C. Read each sentence to find out whether there is any error in any underlined part and indicate your answer in the answer sheet against the corresponding letter A, B, C. If you find no error, your answer should be indicated as D. First sentence. He asked her that whether she knew what had happened last week when she was on leave. Now read this sentence carefully. He asked her that whether she knew what had happened last week when she was on leave. I hope all of you can read it. You can type on the text matter what is your answer, A, B, C or D. You can type the answer if you have decided that this is the answer. When she was on leave, there seems to be no error, and therefore they have not put any indication there. So this is perfectly correct part. The sentence is related to past. What had happened last week? Again, there seems to be no error because it is in past perfect tense. Fine, no problem at all. He asked her that whether. Now that and whether together cannot be used. He asked her whether she knew what had happened last week when she was on leave. So the correct answer is remove that. If you remove that, this sentence will become correct. So answer is A. Now we come to question number 2. Until you do not go to the station to receive him, I can hardly feel at ease. Now in B section, there is no error to receive him. There is no problem. There is no mistake. So in B, the answer is not possible. You can eliminate it. I can hardly feel at ease. This portion has no error. It is perfectly right. I can hardly feel at ease. There is no error here. So in C, there is no error. Now choice is between A and D. What would you like to put? Would you like to put A or would you like to put D? Write your answer on the text chat box. Well, until is negative. Until involves not. Until means till not. And you cannot use not again and again. You cannot use. So until you do not. Here in this sentence we are using two not. One is this not and one is this not. Until. So I hope you can understand. Using two not is an error. So the answer is A. The answer is A. Now we come to question number 3. What is question number 3? I did not know where they were going, nor could I understand why had they left so soon. I did not know where they were going. Is it correct?
No, sir.
Nor could I understand why had they left so soon. Why had they left so soon? There is no error. Nor could I understand. Again, there is no error. And the error is in A section. I did not know where were they going. Instead of they were going, the correct sentence is where were they going? It's a question. No? Next sentence. The distinguished visitor said that he had great pleasure to be with us for some time, and that the pleasure was all the greater because his visit afforded him an opportunity to study the working of an institution of such eminence as ours. Yes, the distinguished visitor said that he had great pleasure to be with us for some time, and that the pleasure was all the greater because his visit afforded him an opportunity to study the working of an institution of such eminence as ours. Is there any error?
No, sir. I don't think that there should be an error.
There is no error. Leave it. Answer is D. 5. Please convey my best wishes back to your parents. Please convey, no problem. My best wishes, no problem. Back to your parents, no need of back, to your parents. The answer is C. 6th, the call of the seas have always found an echo in me. The call of the seas is a singular, so we cannot use have. The correct answer is has. Has always, because has to come for call. Call is singular, so the word will be has. Next, hardly I had left home for Bombay when my son, who is settled in Calcutta, arrived without any prior information. In this kind of sentence, we have to use had before I. Hardly had I left home. The correct sentence is hardly had I left. This type of sentences carry this kind of pattern. Now it can be easily said that the population of this city is greater than any other city in India. The comparison is that of population, but here you are comparing to any other city. So you have to use here, the answer is C. The correct sentence will be, it can be easily said that the population of this city is greater than that of any other city in India, or greater than population of any other city in India. So this is the mistake. Answer is C. It is difficult to explain why did Rajgopalachari resigned from Congress in 1940. It is difficult to explain, no error. Why did? If you use did, you cannot use second form again. Did itself is second form. So the correct sentence is resign. Answer is B. It is difficult to explain why did Rajgopalachari resign from the Congress in 1940. Next, the boss reminded them of the old saying that honesty was the best policy. Honesty is the best policy. You cannot put was. This is a universal truth. Honesty is the best policy. We cannot put was. This is mistake. Answer is B. Gulliver's Travels are. How can you put are? It's the name of the book. Gulliver's Travels, singular book. The answer is. Gulliver's Travels is the most fascinating adventure story. The teenager reassured his father at the station, "Don't worry, Dad. I will pull on very nicely at the hostel." The teenager reassured his father at the station not to worry. "Don't worry, Dad." This is also fine, but it's if you are using a running sentence, then it will become not to worry. Otherwise, fine. "Don't worry, Dad. I will pull on very nicely at the hostel." It is inverted comma. If it had been without inverted comma, it would have been a mistake. But because it is in inverted comma, fine, it can continue. "The way he is behaving, he will soon spill the beans. I am afraid." Spill the beans. This is what you call as English uh, saying. This is idiom. What is the correct form of this idiom? This is idiom. Spill the beans. Spill the beans means disclosing a secret or reveal something prematurely. This is an idiom. Okay, so we come back. The way he is behaving, he will soon spill the beans. I am afraid. This is correct. All, this is fine. Next, 14th sentence. Most of the developing countries find it difficult to cope up with the problems created by the sudden impact of technological progress. Try to analyze it. Give your answer. Most of the developing countries find it difficult to cope up with the problems created by the sudden impact of technological progress. Cope up with the problems or cope with the problem. It is also idiomatic phrase. You can check it on the Google. I'll show you. Cope with the problems. Or cope up with the problems. Yes, the correct form is cope with the problems. No need of up. Most of the developing countries find it difficult to cope with the problems. No need of up. People blamed him for being a coward person. Being a cowardly person. Cowardly person. He swam up to the drowning man, caught him off his clothes before he could go down again, and pulled him out safe to the shore. He swam to the, no need of up. He swam to the drowning man. No need of up. Meena was so tired that she could not hardly. Not cannot be used with hardly. She could hardly talk to the guests. No need of not. This is the error. The error is in B section. If I was knowing why he was absent, I would have informed you. If I was knowing. The sentence is wrong. If I knew, second form. Why he was absent, I would have informed you. He goes to the office by foot. He goes to office by foot. What is the correct? Is it correct? The advantage of the Google is you can check and immediately find out which sentence is correct, why it is incorrect. Okay. What is wrong in the sentence? He goes to the office by foot. Right. The suggestion given by answer is we don't use the expression by foot. Right. We don't use by foot. Right. So the suggestion is we will not use by foot, we'll use on foot. Come back. He goes to office on foot, not by foot. Next sentence. The 100 rupees notes that he gave them for the goods bought from them looked genuine, but later they reliably learned that the notes were all counterfeit. What is wrong? The 100 rupees notes. It's not notes, it will be 100 rupees note. It was single note. So 100 rupees note that he gave them for goods bought from them looked genuine, but later on that the notes were all counterfeit. So it's not one note, there were many. 100 rupees, the 100, if you are putting the 100 rupees notes that he gave them for the goods bought from them looked genuine, looked as if genuine, but later they reliably learned that the notes were all counterfeit. So the correct sentence is looked as if genuine, looked like genuine. Now sentence improvement. Look at the underlined part of each sentence. Below each sentence are given 3 possible substitutions for the underlined part. A, B, C. Which is better than the underlined part? Indicate your response on the answer sheet against the corresponding letter A, B, C. If none of the substitutions improve the sentences, indicate D. Okay. D means no improvement is possible. Let us look at the first sentence. There is no rain. There is no rain in our village for last 6 months. What is the correct answer? A, B, C. Can you type your answer? Since it is recent past 6 months, so we will use has been. There has been no rain in our village for the last 6 months. The correct answer is A. The police investigated into the matter. The police investigated the matter. The police investigated the matter. No need of into. Ramchandra Murthy and his family have been in Guyana from 1985. What is the answer? A, B, C. Can you give your answer? Correct. Absolutely right. A is the right answer. Since 1985. Perfectly right. Fewer rainfall means less traffic accidents, according to experts report on highway safety. What is the correct answer? Fewer rainfall means less traffic accidents. So instead of fewer rainfalls, we will use less rainfall. Less rainfall means less means fewer traffic accidents. Answer is A.
सर बी भी तो हो सकता था फिर.
B has a problem. B has less rainfall means less traffic accidents. When we are counting accidents numbers, then we have to use the word fewer. So the right answer is A. Rainfall cannot be counted in numbers, so we will use word less. Accidents can be counted in numbers, so we'll use the word fewer. I am living in this town since 1980. The correct answer is I have been living. If I was you, I shall tell him the truth. The correct answer is if I were you. With if, we will use were. 32. I never saw you at the party yesterday. The correct answer is I did not see you at the party yesterday. I did not see you. Ajit is a bigger scholar than his brother. The correct answer is Ajit
A.
is A. Ajit is a better scholar than his brother. Correct. Perfectly right. He is better than any boy in the class. The correct answer is C. He is better than any other boy. 34th. I did not wait for him because he went out before I arrived. The correct answer is I did
सर
not.
बी. he
Uh,
had he
yes,
had gone
correct,
out.
correct. Yes, absolutely right. Perfectly right. I did not wait for him because he had gone out before I arrived. Answer is B. Correct. Perfectly right.
Sir, why we are not using has?
It is, already past tense did. So the other part will be past perfect tense, and past perfect tense is had. Once the sentence starts in past tense, it cannot go back to present tense. It can only remain in past. So in past tense, we have past perfect, which is had. Anil ought not to tell me your secret, but he did. Anil ought not have told, ought not to have told. Answer is C, because it is past tense, past perfect, or we can use here present perfect. Anil ought not to have told me your secret, but he did. So this is the correct answer, C. I did not wait for him because he went out before I arrived. I did not wait for him because he had gone out. We have already discussed. Whenever I saw him, he has been reading the same novel. Whenever I saw him, this is past tense, right? So the sentence cannot have present perfect, it will be past perfect. The correct sentence is A. Whenever I saw him, he had been reading the same novel. If I were him, we have discussed him. If I were him, were is right. If I were him, I would have not accepted the offer. So the sentence is correct. Since the beginning of the term, we are spending a lot of time on poverty. Since the beginning of the term, we have been, or we have spent. The correct answer is C. We have spent a lot of time on poverty. What is the nation needs is people of character. What the nation needs is people of character. What the nation needs are the people of character. The answer is A. Your sister cooks well, isn't she? It is wrong. Correct answer is doesn't she? Answer is B. We now come to the important question of where this great swarm of galaxies have come from. The correct answer is, we now come to the important question of where this great swarm of galaxies has come from. Answer is B. Swarm will make it singular. Swarm is singular, so the answer is B. Dickens' novels, like many writers, are largely autobiographical. Dickens' novels, like many other writers, or like those of many other writers. Answer is A. So answer is A. She was as pretty as, if not prettier than, any other girl at the party. She was as pretty as, if not prettier than, any other girl at the party. This sentence is correct. No improvement is possible. Answer is D. Never I have seen breathtaking scenery. Never I have. The correct answer is never have I. Answer is A. Never have I seen such a breathtaking scenery. Next part is synonyms. In this section, you will find number of sentences, parts of which are underlined. For underlined part, some words are mentioned. Choose the word nearest in meaning. Okay, find out. She is a woman of sterling quality. She is a woman of sterling. What is sterling here? Sterling here means good qualities. So the nearest word could be exciting or interesting or genuine. C is not possible. So the best answer seems to be B. The decision to drop the atom bomb on Hiroshima was a grave one. The decision was a grave one. So the correct answer seems to be, it can be A, serious one. It can be B, momentous one. C cannot be the answer. D cannot be the answer. The answer is, best answer will be B. Although the boys in his class were naughty, he never resorted to corporal punishment. So answer can be A, harsh, can be B, physical. C and D are not possible. The correct answer will be B, physical. 47. A scientist generally carries out his investigations empirically. A cannot be possible. B, verbally is not possible. C, through written communication, no. D is the correct answer, by observation and experiments. He wanted to mitigate his burdens. Lessen is right answer. Increase, not possible. Postpone, not possible. Leave, not possible. The correct answer is A, lessen. He is employed in an ordnance. Ordnance factory. Ordnance means arms and ammunition. The correct answer is B. 44th. She adjusted quite well with her husband's idiosyncrasies. So idiosyncrasies means peculiar habits. The answer is A. He is a sycophant. Sycophant means chaplus or an unscrupulous man. The answer is C. It can be flatterer also. A cannot be the answer. B can be an answer. C can be an answer. D can be answer. B, C, D, all three are possible. Out of them, we have to select one. So best answer in my opinion is opportunist. Sycophant. Somebody who is always trying to please others. It can be D also. Deputy Inspector General made a perfunctory inspection of the police station. So perfunctory means superficial. The answer is B. Or C can also be the answer. Deputy Inspector General made a perfunctory. So the answer, better answer would be C, done as a routine without interest. A and D are not possible. Answer can be between C and B and C. So C is better answer. 50. I cannot believe in the veracity of his statement. Veracity means truth, sincerity. So answer can be either A or C. So the best answer would be A. Antonym. Now we have to find the antonym, the opposite. Kapil's bowling yesterday proved very costly. Opposite of it will be economical. So you can give either answer A or C, thrifty, or B, frugal. A, B, C, any of these is possible. So the best answer would be A. They have given three similar answers, A, B, C. I cannot see much likeness between the two boys. So the opposite of likeness is difference. So the answer is C. I am still dubious about that plan. The opposite of dubious is certain. Answer is A. It can be B, D, faithful. D also. I was upset by his hostile attitude. So hostile's opposite is positive or friendly. So the best answer is A. Here you have to take little bit risk. Similar answers are there, you have to take some risk. The wise say that his life is meant not merely to accumulate wealth but for self-realization. So the opposite of accumulate is what? Scatter. Answer is C. Ashoka was a magnanimous. The opposite of magnanimous is small. The answer is A. 55. He will never turn down your request. Opposite of turn down is accept. Answer is D. 59. Mala is always defiant in her behavior. The opposite of defiant is obedient. Answer is A. Real happiness does not lie in material possessions. The opposite of material is spiritual. The answer is C. I find his views repugnant. The opposite of repugnant is amiable. Answer is A. Spot selecting words. In the following passage, at certain points, you are given a choice of 3 words, one of which fits the meaning of the passage. Choose the word. A is boy. Boy dash dash was in the school in Shimla. This is solved exercise anyway. Now let's bring passage. One of the most interesting new books published recently in Spaceship by Professor E.C. Walker. Our Earth, he says, is like a spaceship, and all the have been will be. So how will you correct it? One of the most interesting new books published recently is Shakespeare's by Spaceship by Professor E.C. Walker. Our Earth, he says, is. What will be the correct answer? Our Earth, in my opinion, the answer is A. Our Earth is like a spaceship, and all 400 million people on Earth, answer would be B. On Earth are passengers on it, and we are heading to, answer is B, heading to a disaster. The level of atmospheric pollution,
Increasing.
increasing, correct. Increasing the cities and industrial areas of the world could in time change the weather pattern of the Earth.
In the.
Yes, Earth in the raising the temperature in the whole world. Correct answer. A is the correct answer, in the whole planet. If this rose a few degrees, answer A, degrees, the deserts of the world would expand to double their size. The polar ice caps could start melting. If the polar ice caps melted, the correct answer would be water level all
Water.
over the world, or sea level. Sea level is better. The sea level all over the world would rise by, answer would be B, by about 60 meters. Professor Walker's correct answer is A, idea.
Thought.
B would be better. The Walker's thought is not all about gloom and doom. He admits that the
Solution.
solution,
Then.
correct answer B, solution he describes could take thousands of years. Yes, correct. Second passage. Sometimes the messages are sent with, what will be the correct answer? Sometimes the messages are sent with accompanying words, and we speak in
Few.
Correct answer B. Sometimes the messages are sent with few accompanying words, and we speak in ABC. Which language?
Body.
No, B is the right answer. We speak in signal language alone. But our body language can also be used. Yes, A seems to be right. In body language alone, but what gestures make? But what gestures
With body.
make
With body.
with body, make up body language? Make up would be better. B, make up body language. Most of us are familiar.
Familiar.
B is answer, right? B, familiar with the common hand gesture. Some
Students.
students cannot talk without using their hands. Next, some people can also be used. Some people cannot talk without using their hands. Yes. We, arms reach out.
We.
Arms reach out, as they explain, almost
Shaping.
shaping
The.
their words, emphasizing and exaggerating, and
Teaching.
teaching with their hands. Other people hardly
Use.
use their hands at all when they talk. The answer is C, talk. Okay, ordering of sentences. Now here you have to tell which sentence will come first, which will come second, which will come third. This is what you have to tell. Lion used to be widely distributed in Africa and Asia. This is sentence number 1. And sentence number 6 is no hunting is permitted in reserved area. In between sentence number 2, 3, 4, 5, you have to tell. There are 4 options, P, Q, R, S. P is there are special forest zones set aside for wildlife in various countries. Q, indiscriminate killing by hunters has been the cause of this drastic fall. R, today there are relatively rare species. And S, if the species survive at all, it will be only in national parks. Which is the option? The options are RSQP, SQRP, RQSP, and SRPQ. So you have to look at to the options, select the best option. In the options we find either sentence starts with S or it starts with R. And mostly it ends in P. So let us look at the sentence and connect them. The first sentence, lion used to be widely distributed in Asia and Africa. Thereafter, either it will be S or R. Today they are a relatively rare species. If the species survives at all, it will be only in national parks. The answer is the sentence should start with R. So A or C will be the better options. Today they are relatively rare species. If the species survive at all, it will be in national park. Then the lions used to be widely distributed in Asia and Africa. Thereafter, if the species survive at all, it will be only in national park. Today they are a relatively rare species. So R will come first, then S, then Q. Indiscriminate killing by hunters has been the cause of this drastic fall in their numbers. Then P. There are special forest zones set aside for wildlife in various countries. And last 6 question statement, no hunting is permitted in such reserved areas. So this is how the correct answer is A. The sequencing is RSQP. This is the best answer out of all possible answers, right? So this is arranging the sentences based on the meaning, based on the understanding. Let's look at another sentence.
Correct answer.
This is the sentence. The woman who lives a normal life is able to check the swelling conceit and egoism of her menfolk simply because her outlook is so different. Last sentence is, and both ranges of interest make her what only fools deny her to be, namely essential, practical. Her eyes is steadily fixed on the concrete thing, and she mistrusts that chasing of the wild goose, which is one of the chief pastimes and delights of man. Now the 4 sentences P, Q, R, S are mentioned here, and look at the answers so that we can select out of them. Answers are P, Q, starts with P or S and ends in S and Q or R. Let us look at R. Her interests are at once narrower and wider than those of men. And Q, the first are personal and particular whereas the second, those enormous facts about life which women are never allowed to lose sight of are of course universal, meaning just as much in the Fiji island as they do here. So R and Q both are possible as of now. Now let us look at P, which connects well. The woman who lives a normal life is able to check the swelling conceit and egoism of her menfolk simply because her outlook is so different. She is primarily concerned with the little ordinary things that the minute of talk and behavior, for example, on the one hand, and with very big ones, the colossal elementary facts of life, such as birth, meeting, and death, on the other. So, what will be the correct answer? The answer seems to be B, PRSQ. PRSQ, because as it is more personal, so S requires something before it. Her interests are at once narrower and wider than those of others. So S can come after R. R talks about interest. S is using word it. It requires something subject. The subject is interests, right? And then in Q we have two subjects which fit well with the last six sentence. So this is how these exercises can be carried out. Keep working, keep practicing, and keep improving your skills and competence. I am sure through regular practice, you will be able to score very good in all examinations and you will be able to perform very well in all tests, objective tests, language tests that you face in your life. Best wishes.
और भाई मानस, ये मानस, ओ मानस,
हेलो।
हाँ भाई लकी,
ये कौन सा चैप्टर कंप्लीट हो गया पूरा इंग्लिश का ना?
पता नहीं क्या
अरे दो दो कनेक्ट करते हैं क्या सर?
है?
दो दो आईडी से कनेक्ट करते हैं क्या सर?
क्या पता, शायद या फिर
पक्का है आज तो? हाँ?
देखो क्या आज तो बच्चे कितने सारे 5 लड़के
वीडियो ऑन करते रहो।
भागे यहाँ से।
चल ठीक।